So as we get the season started, what are you most excited about for this upcoming year?
First year in affiliate ball. I'm just really excited for the camaraderie and the teammates, just making new friendships, having a lot of fun in baseball, and just getting a bunch of wins. That's what it's all about. So I just want to go out and win, I guess. I suppose that's what I'm most excited for.
You said it was your first year in affiliate ball. What have you done over the off season to adjust to this level?
Well, I threw a lot more to get my body and arm ready to just be ready to throw a lot more pitches than I'm used to. Obviously, coming out of high school, you don't have the tools necessarily to throw as much and to do as much as you do in pro ball. So that's been one of the biggest things, is just taking the capacity of how much I can throw up a little bit and doing a little bit more arm care just to keep myself healthy.
With increasing your capacity, what is your capacity right now?
Right now, I think I'm set to throw 4 innings my next start, which is probably around 65 pitches, 60 pitches, I think. So I'd say that's where I'm at right now, but towards the end of the season, I'd like to get up to 80, 90. I think that's probably where, I'm not positive on this, but I think that's where O'Neill, our pitching coach, maybe draws the line with most guys.
What's your number one important goal individually and for the team this year?
Number one, individually, I'd really like to continue to separate my sinker and my four seam, and also I just want to fill up the zone. Coming from high school, we had a much larger zone than you do in pro ball, so just adjusting to that and learning how to win the race to 2 strikes and attack the heart of the zone. For the team, I'd like to win as many games as we can. I mean, it's the name of the game in ball, I guess.
Yeah.
You want to win, so I want to score more runs than the other team as many times as we can.
You mentioned your four seam and your sinker. Are you more of a movement pitcher or a speed pitcher?
It's a great question. I'd like to think that I'm a little bit of both. This offseason I put on a few miles an hour. So I like to think that I can get my four seam just to be a speed pitch and my sinker to be a movement pitch, but I'd like for my sinker to also have some speed on it as well. So I like to think that I'm just a hybrid. I'm in the middle.
Are you working on any additional pitches on top of those 2 that you want to focus on?
I have a slider and a changeup, and I just like to make them better. So I'd say I am working on them, but they're the same pitches that I've been throwing. So I wouldn't say it's a new pitch per se, but just try to improve your off speed. You can always get better.
Which one do you feel like you have the most command and the most feel for?
I think my slider, I have a little bit more command and feel, but my changeup's getting up there as well. So I think that if I had to put one in front of the other, probably the slider.
How do you want to use your slider?
As a put-away pitch or to get ahead in the count. So, I mean, it's not something that I necessarily want to throw more than my fastball, but it's something that I know that if I get it in the right spot, it's hard for hitters to hit.
What's been your biggest adjustment so far to pro ball versus being in high school?
Probably the throwing capacity, I'd say, and the strike zone. In high school, you get an extra inch or 2 on each side of the plate. So I mean, you get to pro ball and you got that TrackMan tight zone. It's just, I'd say that's a big adjustment. That's probably the biggest adjustment actually, is the strike zone, I would say.
Tell us a little bit about some of the technology and things that you have available to you here versus in high school. What kind of tools are you able to use here?
Just about anything you could really think of. TrackMan is the number one, 100%. Every pitcher loves TrackMan that I know. You just learn more things about the metrics of each pitch, the vertical induced movement, actual horizontal movement on pitches, your spin rate, your release height, your extension, all those things you didn't have in high school, and now in pro ball you do have at your grasp, which it helps you a lot with learning how to pitch.
Is it an information overload too, though, sometimes? Like, how much is it? For me, like, when I was playing, pitching was more feel more than anything. But, is this something that you rely a lot on the analytics for to really strengthen yourself?
No. This past year is the first year I've really used TrackMan. I've been learning it. It's not something that I necessarily it's not a make or break thing to me. There's guys that have poor TrackMan numbers, and they're phenomenal pitchers. They get outs every time they get on the mound, and there's guys with phenomenal TrackMan numbers that sometimes struggle to get out. So I don't think it's a make or break for any pitcher, really. Especially for me, I'll look at it when I like something, I'll look at it. If I dislike something, I think it can help me improve my game.
You said that your fastball had ticked up a little bit, a couple miles an hour. What are some of the things that you did to kind of help expedite that?
I gained some weight and some strength in the off season, just doing more lifting, eating better for myself, and I think that was the biggest thing. Also, a little bit of mobility. Everybody can always stretch a little bit more. You can always get a little bit more flexible, and I think that's something that I've done this off season that's helped me gain a little bit of view.
Is the pitch clock something that you are adjusting to or still working on? What's the process on that?
I'm a pretty quick guy most of the time.
Okay.
But it is definitely something that I think everybody's getting used to that didn't have it. I don't think that it's going to be something that bothers me a ton.
Okay.
It is something that I'm conscious of, that I'll be aware of and have to work with.
Do you like more to get strikeouts or to trust your fielders with ground balls and fly balls?
Lots and outs to me, man.
You'd obviously like to have a lot more swing and miss stuff. I mean, that's what everybody's going for, but most of the time now, with the way the game is now without the shift, like, you're seeing more guys putting balls in play, so I think it's becoming more important for you to trust your stuff. So just talk to us a little bit about that. I mean, is that something that you guys feel like your defense is at a pretty good level right now?
I think our defenders are phenomenal. I trust everyone, all 7 guys behind me. I trust them. I think that every pitcher in this organization has put away stuff, and I think that we can all get strikeouts, but if we need to lean on our fielders, they're going to be there to back us up any day of the week.
What's it been like working with a brand new catcher, obviously, for the first time and getting to know these guys for the first few times?
The catchers that are here are great. They all know how to call a good game. They're all hard workers, and they'll all let you know if something's good, if you need to work on something, that's the best thing with a catcher, in my opinion, is constructive criticism, because you can only see so much when you let a ball go. And I think that's something that's actually helped me a ton. These older guys, catchers that have caught really high-level pitchers, they can tell you what's good, what's bad, and I think that's something that's helped me a lot. It's not really necessarily an adjustment I've had to make. It's almost like something I was allowed to do, and I'm thankful for it.
What is the style of catcher you like more? Do you like more catchers who are better at framing, or who can really get out there and save balls and may go a little bit out of the zone into the dirt?
That's a good question. I really haven't thought about it much. I like all of our catchers. I think they're all great. Every pitcher loves a guy who can frame the ball great. So, I mean, that's something that I enjoy. But I think I like all the catchers here.
I don't have anything. You got anything else?
I don't think I do.
It's a pleasure.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank
Best
you.
of luck to you on this season, my man.
Have a good day.
We'll be seeing you a lot more, obviously. We'll be here a little more often.
Awesome,
so
sweet.
we appreciate you.
What is this going to be?